Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial. I am going to attempt to teach you now how to optimize your quality in OBS because it is not super obvious how to do that, and it took me a bit to figure out, so I feel like some of you may be helped by this. Let's get this over here, get that up. Okay, so first of all, you're going to want to go to your settings, that's down here, to output. Make sure you're on advanced settings here. And your video encoder is X264. Now this is going to be CPU intensive. So I have the AMD Ryzen 7 CPU, which that seems to be a pretty good one. If you have an NVIDIA graphics card, I believe there's going to be a different encoder you want to use, specifically for NVIDIA. So that'd be a separate thing to look into, but I'm pretty sure most people, assuming you have a fairly powerful PC, you can use this X264 setting, and that should be fine. Rescale output, this doesn't matter. You can mess with that in the video settings. I have mine, my monitor output here that you're looking at, it's 1440, but I'm only outputting in 1080 like most people do. But anyway, let's go down to the more specific stuff. Now, I feel like CBR is the default, and it seems like you're going to want to leave it at that. That is constant bit rate. If anything, you definitely don't want to use VBR for streaming. That seems like it causes people issues. I feel like 6000 is also the default bit rate. Now, if you're streaming on Twitch, this is fine. If you're streaming specifically to YouTube at 1080 60 FPS, you're going to want to bump that up to 9000, just so you know. Keyframe interval should be 2 seconds. I feel like that's universal with streaming services, or at least Twitch, so that seems safe. What was the next thing? Oh, this is the big one. So it's recommended to have this turned on to slow for the AMD Ryzen 7, but I tried that and it was causing some very, very big frame rate drops in the quality of my streaming. So yeah, I put it to medium, and that seems fine for me. If you have a better CPU than I do, it seems like you can put it to slow, or maybe even slower than that if you got really, really good hardware. Seems like you want high profile as well. Now for tuning, I have it turned to none. It seems like none is fine. But yeah, when you're a gaming streamer, you want to think about film for 3D games. And what's the other one? I think animation for 2D games. So those two options can make things look better. I just have it to none for now. I haven't experimented too much with this. So now over to the video tab, just so you know, like the downscale filter, yeah, I set that to Lanxos. That is recommended. Count FPS value 60, I feel like that's the default though for pretty much everyone. I think you can always put it down if you need to, but again, this video is assuming you're not just using like an average PC, so you can have a bit more quality. Go with 1080 60 FPS, and that should be fine. And by default, your recording quality should be the same as your streaming quality. So to test all these settings out, just to make sure you're not having any kind of like quality or performance issues, you just want to like put on whatever game you're trying to stream and then record it just for a few minutes, just mess around in the game, and then watch the recording back, because you will plainly see if you have any kind of like artifacts showing up, or maybe you're getting crazy frame drops, and you can troubleshoot from there. But that should be all you need. That's all I needed. it seems, to improve the quality of my streams. I was having bad macro blocking on my streams by default. The performance was definitely fine. The default OBS settings are definitely optimized for performance, but that just tanks your quality if you have a better PC than that, and it's not obvious to figure it out. So I should also say I'm not a computer expert by any means, so if you have any further questions about this issue in the comments, I may not be able to help you. If anything, I could at least like point you in the right direction so you know what you should be researching about. But yeah, this has already seemed to greatly improve my quality in my streaming, so it should for yours as well if you are a streaming noob like how I am or was. I'm learning. Another thing to consider is also probably look up whatever the balanced recommended settings are for whatever specific game you're playing is. Now, if you've got a very high-end PC, like you spent $5,000 to $10,000 on your computer, you can probably go with the default settings in your games, which tend to be all set to high on everything, and it'll probably be fine. But I'm feeling like most of you, if you have a good PC, you probably only spent like $1,000 to $2,000 on it, like how I did. I've got about a $1,000 machine right here I built myself, and yeah, that should be all you need. Whoa! So that's the end of the tutorial. Thanks for watching, and if you want, subscribe to my Twitch. I do stream games, obviously. I do it on YouTube here as well. I do Let's Plays. So any support would be appreciated. Thank you all for watching. Donkey out.